Hello, everyone. My presentation is titled Self and Industry Analysis, Cultural Competence Development in Fuel Management. My name is Monica McFadden, and I'm excited to share my insights with you. Today, we'll look at cultural competence in our fuel management department. We won't just define it, we'll also discuss ethical issues in cross-cultural work. Ivan Illich points out that well-meaning projects can sometimes do more harm than good, stressing the need for thoughtful planning and real cultural understanding before starting these efforts. We need to be careful not to cause problems unintentionally, as Illich pointed out. We need to be humble and respectful of other cultures. Cultural competence is the ability to understand and interact effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. It's essential for creating a welcoming work environment and improving the quality of service we provide to the public. To really understand cultural competence, we can use some helpful frameworks. One is Hofstede's model, which shows us that different cultures have very different ways of working and communicating. Understanding these differences is key to working well together as a team. Another is the intercultural development continuum, which helps us understand how we grow in our awareness of and skills working with different cultures. It shows us where we are now and what steps we can take to improve our cultural competence. My experiences working with people from different cultural backgrounds have profoundly shaped my approach to teamwork. Over the years, I've learned to be more flexible in my communication style, more patient in problem solving, and more sensitive to others' perspectives. Reflecting on my own background, I've become more aware of how my upbringing influenced my initial assumptions and expectations. For example, I used to assume that my way of upbringing was the only right way. I now realize, thanks to my cross cultural experiences, that is not true. There is no one right way to do things. Cultural differences are what makes us strong. Working with people from different backgrounds makes our teams better and creates a better place for everyone. Let's take a closer look at the current level of cultural competence within our fuel management department. While we celebrate our strengths, such as having a diverse workforce that enriches our team, we must also acknowledge the areas that require improvement. By identifying both our strengths and challenges, we can foster a more inclusive and supportive environment for everyone involved, ultimately enhancing our overall effectiveness and collaboration. I conducted a SWOT, which stands for Strengths, Weaknesses, Opportunities, and Threats Analysis, to better understand our cultural competence efforts. We'll start with our strengths. We have a diverse workforce, training programs, and open leadership that supports diversity and inclusion. We have weaknesses. This includes limited leadership training, generalized training programs, and some resistance to change amongst long-term staff. The opportunities we can explore includes enhancing our training programs, engaging more with community, and developing strong policies that promote diversity. Lastly, the threats we are faced with, such as current social tensions that can impact inclusivity, evolving workforce diversity, and the risk of negative public perception. Cole's work highlights the deep seated nature of culture and the potential for ethnocentric biases. Therefore, we must prepare for the possibility of culture shock to manage these challenges effectively. Based on what we found, To boost our cultural competence, we should take advantage of our strengths, like our diverse team and training programs. At the same time, we need to tackle our weaknesses by providing specific training for management and making sure that our current training is useful for different roles within the department. My commitment to continuous learning and cultural competence will involve attending workshops, but also extends beyond formal training. I will actively seek out opportunities to engage with individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds, both inside and outside of work. I will also make it a point to read books and articles on intercultural communication and global awareness. This commitment reflects my belief that cultural competence is a continuous journey of learning and adaptation. To seize our opportunities, we can improve by having training that is useful for everyone's job, not just general training. We can work with local community groups to better understand their culture. Furthermore, we can leverage the Clockhan Strawback model as suggested by Coles to effectively compare and contrast American values with those of the communities we serve. This systematic approach ensures our initiatives align with community needs and minimizes the risk of unintended harm. It will help anticipate challenges and opportunities arising from these differences. For our department, I recommend initiating regular cultural competence training for all staff, especially for those in leadership roles. We can also establish a mentorship program that supports the cultural learning process amongst employees. We should use the Clockhand Strebeck model from Cole's work to understand values before we do a project. We also need to be prepared for culture shock. Most importantly, before doing any project, we need to figure out what the community really needs and work with them, not just for them. Globalization plays a huge role in shaping our work, particularly when we collaborate with partners from around the world. As we engage with diverse teams and cultures, understanding these cultural differences becomes essential. When we recognize and appreciate varying perspectives, values, and communication styles, we can create stronger connections and foster better teamwork. Effective communication with our international partners or our partners from other cultures not only helps in achieving our shared goals, but also ensures that we meet their expectations in the fuel management sector. This means being aware of how different cultures approach business, decision making, and problem solving. By embracing these differences and adapting our strategies accordingly, we equipped ourselves to navigate challenges and build lasting relationships on a global scale. In essence, our success depends on our ability to connect with others from different backgrounds and work together harmoniously. In conclusion, understanding different cultures is really important for our own personal development and for our team's growth in the fuel management field. As much as I would like to think that I am culturally sensitive, I realize that I still have more work to do. Embracing other cultures doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with everything about them. It simply means I understand there are differences and that everyone has the right to live according to their beliefs. By learning about different cultures, we can work better together and enrich our personal experiences. When we take clear steps to improve our training and involvement, we create more opportunities for teamwork, creativity, and innovation. This focus on cultural understanding helps us build a workplace where everyone feels included and valued. Lastly, being open to different cultures helps us grow personally. It encourages us to step out of our comfort zones, question our assumptions, and develop empathy for people from different backgrounds. As we learn to navigate these cultural differences, we become more flexible, better at solving problems, and stronger leaders. Ultimately, this journey towards understanding cultures not only makes our organization better, but also helps us grow as individuals, creating a workplace where everyone can succeed. Thank you.